Thank you. You're just checking up on me because I like to move a lot, so I'll see if I can be in my spot. So experiencing right now the joy and the gratitude of actually being here and having the opportunity to, hi Rihanna, how are you? Having the opportunity to actually, when you're a speaker, you actually teach what you most need to learn, as I've found out. So as a speaker, am I speaking to myself or am I just sharing who I am? So one of the expressions that we say a lot is, how are you? I say, oh, I'm fine, thank you, and then just wave goodbye. So I remember at the post office in Nanton when I was growing up, you go off and you say, well, how are you? I'm fine, thank you, bye, bye. Do they really care what I feel like? Do they really care? How are you? Are we just exchanging pleasantries? Or are they really am I really interested in what they have to say? What is their experience? Sometimes if you connect with people and you look at them in the eyes, you can actually, say, this is how I am, or I'm a little bit unsettled today. Do they care? But that would be more of the truth for me. Not for me today, though. I'm feeling very much in joy and very much in gratitude for whatever Spirit needs to say today. So I thought I'd start with a song. And I just, like Anthony, he writes in his own incredible style that we can all sing along. So we all have different ways that we express. And so one of them is, for me, whatever I'm going through, I will express it in a song. This song, it happens to be called A Brand New Day. And I thought, it's actually another song I wrote a while ago, and I thought, why not change the words and call it A Brand New Day? I get to do that because I wrote the song. Well, somebody wrote the song through me. That's how it works. And as I sing this song, I would like you to listen to the words and go inside yourself and ask, what is it that you really want in your life? Not necessarily for the world, we want world peace. Yes, I'm sure that we could all agree that we want world peace. But whatever we want out there or experience out there, we first have to experience it within ourselves. In ourselves. So what is a word for you or a phrase for you that would be meaningful, not just something that you want to experience in the future, but you want to experience in this very moment and carry that with you for your entire life. So one for me is I choose to live in my divinity. I choose the best that I can to live in my presence, the I am presence that comes through me, that I take all my direction from the presence, and that works through me and be active in my life. So for you, it could be freedom. It could be to express love in every moment. It could, whatever. It's not for me to say what that is for you. So go inside yourself as I sing this and listen to the words and ask yourself, are you really ready to release all the things that you have held for so long, which have kept you back from experiencing what it is you really want? So, and hi, thank you, Ray. So Ray and I are just first time that we have worked together here, and I really appreciate you. Thank you. So we have a little sign, I think, that if I do this or this means music up or down, and if I do this, it means microphone up or down. Key? Right? We got it. Okay. And then I'll trust you, Ray, to adjust the sound. Thank you. So breathe. Enjoy the moment. Go inside yourself. What is it that I really want to experience in my life now? Breathe. No, it's not that song, it's the other one. I mean, I could do that one. I could change and be in the moment and do that one instead. Let's try the other song, I think. won't be afraid of trusting. I won't be afraid to love. And when I would deny me all the things inside me, I'll stand and shout it out. I won't be afraid of feeling everything I can. My whole life is ending instead of just pretending I can. I'll take a stand. I'm ready, oh yes, I'm ready. I am ready to throw the past away. Oh yes, I'm ready. I am so ready. I'll say the things I've left unsaid. Listen to my heart instead. Oh yes, I'm ready for a brand new day. I won't be afraid of listening, hearing what my heart has to say. And I'm getting by on learning to rely on myself, to ask for heaven's help. I'm ready, oh yes, I'm ready. I am ready to give the past away. Oh yes, I'm ready. I am so ready. I'll say the things I've left unsaid. Listen to my heart instead. Oh yes, I'm ready for a brand new day. I'm ready, oh yes, I'm ready. I am ready to love the past away. Oh yes, I'm ready. I am so ready. For a brand new Now, just think, what is it you really, really, really want to experience now and forevermore in this lifetime that you have chosen? What is that one word or that one phrase? So for me, it's living in my divinity. And the other thing for me is freedom. So if I decide that I want to be free, that means that everything in my life up till now that has held me back from being free will come up big time. You know that one, do you, Bob? He says, uh-huh. So for me, knowing that I was going to speak today. As a speaker, you don't just stand up and say things, do this, do this, do this. You actually get to live it. So I've had a big letting go week, showing me, so you really do want freedom, do you, Judy? So then something comes up. Where am I holding myself back? So you will know that in your own life, what it is that you need to release. And so this whole theme for this month in this experience has been release. What a good one, isn't it? So what is it that we need to release? I remember, well, of course, this is ongoing. But so 5 years ago, I broke my kneecap. Funny thing, I was in a hurry. Why would I be in a hurry when I have all the time I need? However, I was carrying empty boxes in a hurry just from my car over to where that chair is, as far as the chair, on a cement sidewalk, in a rush, carrying it at great speed. My toe caught a jag in the cement on the driveway. Good. That was good timing, too, and I did that. Except, Lisa, I went flying through the air and went, good timing for that. And I landed right on the patella and broke it. That was not in my plans. Not in my plans. I can remember going, no, as I landed on the kneecap. And so there, my cousin came rushing out. Are you all ready? Could you stand? No, I couldn't stand. So anyway, to make a long story short, I had surgery. I broken very bad break in 3 places. And I ended up in a place where I really did not want to go, and that was Care West, which was a physio facility near the Rocky View, and in a wheelchair for 6 weeks with no movement of the legs. So what can you do? Did I need to release anything there? Well, first of all, I had plans. So let's release the plans and do I talk about, I'm so spiritual, aren't I? I'm just so spiritual. I talk about releasing and letting go. So guess what? I had to let go. So not only that, but I've been the kind of person who loves to help people. Not that that's a bad, no right or wrong here, but I love to help people. I love to give people. So guess what? Other people were doing that for me. So what did I have to let go of the need to always do, and I had to allow people to help me. So it was a lot of releasing there. It's funny, as a funny story came in. So laughter is a good way to release too. So I had to learn to be in and manipulate and maneuver a wheelchair. Can't be that hard. Can't be that hard. I've pushed my dad, I've pushed my mom in wheelchairs, haven't been in a wheelchair myself. So I got really, really good at going forward, and I got very strong with the arms, and I could bomb down that hallway and stop on a dime. But the backing up was a tricky one for me. And I watched this elderly gentleman. He was just a dear soul, and he was so good at backing up. He had broken a lot of things. He was on oxygen, and he had 2 of those boots, those walking boots, except he wasn't walking. And I said to him, can you teach me how to back up in this wheelchair? And he said, oh, it's easy. He says, you just back up until you bump into something, and then you go forward. So laughter's a fun way to release, isn't it? If you can see the humor in things. But what I have realized is that sometimes I try to fix things to make something better from a physical perspective. So, for instance, I would go on a diet program, or I would go on an exercise program. And I feel so good, and I'm telling everybody how wonderful, and you should do it too, as if I knew what was right for somebody else. So then you become the spiritual guru and trying to tell other people what to do. Doesn't work. So for a while, not saying that there's no right or wrong here. It's not, diet programs are fine if that's what you choose to do, or an exercise program. You feel good. And I would feel really good. And now my life is together. Now I've got it made. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fit. I'm eating nutritious food. And then maybe we go off it a little. Just a smidge. Just a little bit. And then what happens? Bob says another smidge. So, as I say, some people will do it for life, and if they feel good, there's no right or wrong. It's just that if we try to fix things from a physical perspective, something that's maybe a little broken, or there's stuff that we're carrying, old core beliefs about ourselves that we're carrying, and we try to fix it from the physical point for the outside, quite often we'll go back to the same old, same old, same old. So what it takes is a complete shift. So we know that there are a lot of things that are happening on this earth now that are broken. And what, for me, I have to look outside, what I perceive outside, and then go inside myself and say, what parts of me, inside me, are broken, or what I perceive as broken. That's really not the truth, because we're not. But we can have a core belief. So my core belief as I was growing up was, I'm inferior. So probably if people were watching me on stage and all the 3,000 performances I've done and so on, would not believe that. However, and yes, I love what I do. I'm good at what I do. I'm learning and growing in what I do. However, the core belief, which was not the truth about me, but the core belief was that I was inferior. So then what did I do? What we do, all of us actually, if we have a core belief, a false belief about ourselves, we tend to act our behavior exactly the opposite of what it is that we really feel. So for me, I would overcompensate. My name was in the news a lot. I was always winning scholarships, and I do that. So then I got thinking, well, that's who I am. Not the truth. That's not really who I am. But I pretended that was who I was. And so then you get the feeling that you're special, as if, oh, people are looking at me and I'm special. But then you're excluding yourself from the whole, because we are all one. So it took me a while to learn that, to actually, first of all, stop overcompensating from my core belief, the core false belief that I was inferior, and then actually knowing who I am. So just take a moment, just take a breath for a moment and say, or close your eyes if you wish, who am I? And listen. Who am I? Closer than breathing, nearer than hands and feet. I am, I am, I am. Closer than breathing, nearer than hands and feet. I am, I am, I am, I am. Who am I? Why am I here? Why did I choose to come to the earth, especially at this time? Am I willing to release all that is stopping me from what I truly, truly want, what I truly desire? What if I could be in every moment that vision of myself in my divinity? What would that feel like? What would my experience be? Who am I? I am. I am. I is the infinite. Am is God in action. Who am I? Am I willing to release all that is coming up to the surface, to be let go and loved back into the light? Am I ready for a brand new day? Breathe. So one thing that I realize that I can release is all the stories that I make up and then create a belief system around the stories. For example, about a month and a half ago, I was asked to help clean out a cabin. Actually, Alara, you were there as well. And we were cleaning out a cabin for a friend to live in for a while, and it had been infested with mice and with rodents, with gophers. They'd broken through the doors, so it was pretty much a mess. So Alara was doing the vacuuming, and she's amazing at that. Anybody wants to hire her, I could just recommend her. So she just took that. We had a generator outside, and it was a great big shop vac, and she was going up and down the walls. And so I'll do what I can do. We each had a job that we chose. And then after a bit, I don't know, Alara, if it was about a half an hour, the vacuum stopped. Absolutely nothing. And so I smelled, it was hot, so I made up a story that, well, it's hot, we need to rest it a while. And so we did, and we did some other things. And then it went on, and she tried it again, didn't work. Okay, well, it's still hot. That was my story. And then you see how that was? A story, and then I created a belief system. Well, the reason it's not working, you could probably have just fixed it right away. So anyway, so it went on for a while until the other woman came in, and she said, "Why isn't the vacuum working? I don't hear the vacuum." And I said, "Well, because it's hot, and we're waiting for it to cool down." So whereupon she went out to the generator and went, "Start it now." Boom. So then I think, what did you vacuum for the next 2 or 3 hours, Alara? So that is just an example of, I created a story, then I had a belief system about that story. How often do we do that? And then what kind of, let's have a look at the beliefs for a minute. So everything that you believe, the story that you've created and you believe and you form your life on it, what if none of that were true? Ha! That would shock us, wouldn't it? What if none of it were true? If I do something because my mom told me, or perhaps it's a good thing, it was something she taught me, but what if she had a tradition that I always did it? Why do I always put my right foot in, the pants, or somebody put their left foot? Why do I always do that? Why is something that I just did, is that because I've been programmed to do that, and then I've created that as my belief system? So have a look at that, because if you are then to be in the place of that knowing or that desire that you really, really, really want in your life, what if you had to let go of all the patterns, everything that you've always done? Would that be a shocker for us? Would that bring us to a halt? However, when you go inside and you're still and you take a breath and you say, "Who am I?" Who am I? I don't know if any of you saw that meme that I just read. It was probably Facebook. And it said, if you watch on a regular basis, if you watch TV and listen to the news, there's horrendous things going on the earth. If you don't watch the news or the television, it's Sunday. Now, I'm not saying or putting down anything that is happening. I don't mean it that way. It's just that, where are we putting our attention? So after we have the potluck and we have a little visit, I would love to hear, as much as could, what that experience is for you, and what it is that what is your desire that you feel and you desire the most in your life? How would it feel to be 100% free? So with free will, you have two choices. Two choices with free will. You could either live in your presence, in the I am presence, in your divinity, in your God self, or you can live in ego programming. What do we choose? What do I choose? What do you choose? What messages are coming through to you every day, every minute, every split second of the day? There are messages for you. What do you choose? Shall I choose to live while I'm alive? And what does that feel like? So I'd like to close with a song, another song that I wrote. And it's called the Freedom Song, at least that's what I'm calling it for now, unless I change my mind later. It's fun. Actually, Ray and I are practicing this. Oh, I only have a window of opportunity to move. I'm so used to strolling. So it's called the Freedom Song, and I will need the background music up louder because it's just piano, bass, and drums. So as I sing this song, I choose to experience now the freedom of just being me, loving me. That old false concept of I'm inferior is not the truth about me. I let that go, I bless it, let it go. And right now, here in this moment, I choose to be free within myself. And as I do that, I will experience that in the outer world. Okay. Breathe. Louder, please. That's good. I want to live free and easy. It's what I can achieve. But I will only see what I believe. But when I join with higher power, living is a breeze. Now, once I got enlightened, but it just didn't last. Do you want to know why? My mind had popped into the future and right back in the past. But when I join with higher power, living is a blast. Well, the inner and the outer, sometimes they just seem to collide. But I got the sacred longing here, deep, 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 deep inside. I'm giving it all to higher power. Live and be my guide. Ariana's dancing. You want to get up and dance? Do 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 do. Go for it, Bob. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do ba do ba do ba do ba do ba do wah wah ba do.